What's up, Siege spectators and players, to another installation of the Nebula League. I am the Reverend Whiskey Glitter, and with me, my co-host and my partner, we call him Whiskey Z. Say hello, Mrs. Z.
Hello, how you guys doing today? Hope everyone's doing well.
This promises to be a banger of a match. We're headed to Chalet Clubhouse, and if we get to a decider, it's gonna be a classic map with classic strats heading to Oregon. What you think about this matchup coming up, Mr. Z?
Honestly, I think it's going to be very interesting because right now we kind of have a middle match. This is kind of like I don't necessarily want to call it an ego match, but that's really what it comes down to. It's an ego match to see the Benny boys because right now on the standings we have Team Panda on 3 and Core's at 6. So and they both qualified to like a 4-1 ratio. So I feel like this match really decides who's going to verse them to versus the champions right now. You know what I mean? So I think we're gonna see a really good fighting effort.
Yeah, it seems like you're right. It's an ego check. It's the face check. It's the pride match. Both teams losing to Benny in a dramatic fashion of the 2-0. So they're playing for a chance at redemption. It's a story arc to send it to the books, and this promises to be a freaking banger.
I'm excited.
So here's what we got. We're heading to Chalet. It's a classic map. If you've played Siege before, even one round, you've played it probably on Chalet. It's also the site of the event, the Snow Brawl, probably one of my favorite events. And
it's amazing.
Right, yeah, you had strats on there as well. Up top, you got the top floor site in the master bedroom and office, the secondary site down below, wine cellar and snowmobile, and then of course your two tertiary sites, bar gaming and dining and kitchen. In the NA, where both me and Z are from, you see a lot of tertiary site play in the first floor dining.
Oh, could be.
Ooh. But last time that we watched Chalet in the EU, it was a little bit of a split where it was a cool combination of traditional and contemporary Siege. As the bands are ringing out, we're going to see one right off the bat. It's we see it all the time, the Dokkaebi band, sussing out that roam game and devastating on the DMR. Of course, that's classic band.
Oh yeah, those phone calls sometimes are deadly. Also coming out with the Soulless band, no intel coming for the attackers on this side.
Yes, so we've got the Soulless ban as well. It's a standard ban. Azami at a 68% ban rate. No doubt seeing 68. It's no doubt we see her get banned out.
Climbing.
It's just she's gonna be put on par with that Fenrir, who is left in the game. So I'm excited to see it. On my stream all the time, we talk about it. You've got the 5 golden ringers of defense. That's the Soulless, the Fenrir, the Valkyrie, the Mira,
Defenders
and who was the last one? Let's see. Oh, it's Zombie, the one that's banned out. So you can only ban 2, which leaves the other 3 on the board. They did take out the Azami, they did take out the Soulless, but that leaves Mira, Valkyrie, and Fenrir still on the board to be able to use. The Brava ban, it's a little weird.
I think they're kind of using it because they also, if you think about it, they also took out the Soulless, so they kind of want to get rid of as much like anti-intel as possible. So that way they can converge, because you see they have a more aggressive lineup over on Core Gaming. They also have just the Habana, and they have the Ash who can go downstairs, to get the wall. So I think they're not really going for a heavy wall push. They're more going to take control of the area and see what they can do.
So here's where we go. That's an up top site on the beginning with a heavy focus on the down below row. And to do so, the defense is going to bring out a little bit of slowdown. We've got the Frost, who is a standard on the Chalet, going to have to watch every single window and door that you push in through. Jaeger to stop those projectile denials from coming in. Malusi on the slowdown with the Banshees. And Aruni also with that devastating DMR. They got rid of 1, but leaves 1 still on the board. Proxic here holding deep on the library stairs, hoping to contest anybody coming in. I like that deployable set up inside.
Too. I've never seen it inside that far, holding the window. They have such good control of this. I mean,
Yeah, that's going to make it tough to push in. And, of course, they also brought the smoke, newly reworked. If you're new to Siege or new to these last couple of seasons, he used to have a deployable shield that he was brought with him, but it has been taken away. So we're going to see ops like Frost, Warden, and Thorn being utilized a little bit more because he's still pretty heavy. On the attacking side of it, we've got 4 sets of nades in the pocket with the Iona and the Sledge. Ash on that entry frag floor is going to be for that extension util break.
I just want to say they were wasting so much time. Already been a minute 40.
Oh, and there we go. Frost finds the first kills. The headshot rings out on Dan. Now taking body balance tipped in favor of Team Panda. We're sitting 5-4 at just inside a minute and a half here. Already that shield proving to be a nuisance, but he is going to fall back out of that top hold as he got his 1 kill and he bunkered back down to the to site. Still, no, not to site. Bunkered down into bar, trying to get that headshot on the Hibana, who's opening up Mez right now. He's gonna find the 2nd kill now onto Sledge as we now sit in a 5v3. Jeez.
Almost gets the 3rd with a headshot.
Oh boy, Joey 2-0 on the start, already proven to be a menace, and here we have Proxic underneath going to take the first kill for the defender side of it. Still have body balance in favor of Team Panda, but only by 1.
Daps also picks up a kill.
That's the
defense
SMG
looks like
11,
they're
baby.
holding it this time. That SMG is very powerful, honestly.
So here's where we find ourselves. It's 30 seconds left. Malusi is on the backstab, having a bit of a lurk, trying to come up from the bottom and catch somebody on the library stairs. But they got the intel, and they're going to be able to take her out, now putting us into a 2v2. It's 20 seconds left. 2v1 as Frost pops up, looking on the backstab, trying to find that last one. Gonna be it. She's gonna get it.
Oh, my Lord.
Barbecue sauce for that 4-piece, baby. She is going off early and around.
No way. The Frost, honestly, Frost MVP of the round. Frost held such a pivotal spot from downstairs or upstairs, I mean, in library wasting so much time to downstairs getting 2 flank kills, wasting, again, so much time. That was honestly amazing.
Man, almost picking up the ace in round number 1. He's a menace. Gotta keep on the lookout for him. Boy, that was beautiful.
Defenders, protect your
That
bombs from
honestly
being
was
defused
good.
by attackers.
What I feel like they could have done different on the attacker side of the core is, I feel like they were kind of too contested towards library. If they would have spread out a little bit, tried to push him off mezzanine from the windows, because I think they only had 1 person on the window to door of B in bedroom.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we need a little bit better of a cross setup. We don't want to throw bodies and take this 1v1 because Frost still has that 1.5. Imagine that rework is going to be coming at some point. But she still does have the 1.5, so she's able to take these long angles. And they do go head down to Bar Gaming for the next setup for round number 2, and it's almost the second verse, same as the first. The only addition that we're going to bring out is we're going to feature the Mira instead of the smoke. Potentially seeing the Mira setup on. Yep, there it is. Yep, top Mez. I like it. Still going to be a power position here. What I'd like to see is the attacker team take somebody on top Mez and on the window on the library stairs to hold that cross up for after the rotate happens. We solidify that first push inside of library, push him off that Mez and catch him on the cross. We're going to have a little bit better success.
I feel like if they drone and they take their time, they can do it very well to execute it.
Ooh. Kev finding the first headshot. Dan getting taken off the board early again. That leaves those 2 nades not being able to be utilized, and body bounce back in favor of Team Panda as Wafu's already on the top floor, clearing it out, taking all of his position, and about to take a contest onto library where the other 2 are sitting.
The Jaeger is honestly so pivotal also. The ADS is helping out Frost in the last round, and now already get the pick, wasting time again once upstairs. They have such amazing blue control, and now it's about whether they can drone and really push people out.
So as we're just inside of 2 minutes here, Jaeger's going to be underneath, flipping around, trying to catch himself stupid drones, trying to catch himself a little bit of a lurk, and the Kobe comes out. Proxic getting ripped off the board as a nade says, "Good night, baby." Window contested on the mezzanine window, and Aruni's going to lose her life as well. Ash is down, don't know if she's recoverable, but they're going to go ahead and try right now, taking us into a Wafu with a triple kill. Holy shit! 5 is just ringing out and being devastating, and it all gets put on the shoulders now of the Frost as adapts as he has to get a quad kill to keep himself in this.
Tommy and Cal are really low, so I feel like Adapts can really switch and get. If he takes his time and he plays these angles and make sure he doesn't get drunk, he can do it. But Waffle is taking this top control, getting all of A open now. Come on, also.
So they're gonna have to deal with this mirror. They know where he's at, right? Oh, geez. Okay, there's the intel that signifies where he's at in the other side. They drop down, gonna get themselves ready. Crossfire set up, and the plays start going down as the double rings out. But they know he's gonna be swinging. He's got to win this fight to stop the plant, and it is a post-plant scenario. It's a 2v1, and it's all on the shoulders of Frost. LED 5 gonna find another kill. Sheesh.
That was an amazing attempt by Frost. Also, the attack really. Core decided, you know what, we have this top control, let's make sure we push people out and we really pick up on these frags. And Waffle with the triple kill, he really executed that, you know.
Absolutely. So it's one apiece as we head into round 3, and we're gonna go try that one again. They thought they got a little bit better of a strat for it. We're gonna bring the same exact setup, except for we're gonna switch out that Mira for a mute and get some of that intel, that anti-intel on the board. Could be pretty huge as they were droning everywhere, which is exactly what they needed to do. You don't push in unless you've got the intel, right? Two pivotal rules for attack. You don't push in without the intel, and you run, you die.
And one thing is, now we have to see if he's gonna put more of his mute jammers up top or down below, because if they want to hold up top and, you know, keep that control, but they also have to kind of maintain sight and make sure they don't get rushed from, you know, a rotate or something like that. So it's kind of pivotal where you put your mute jammers at the same time.
Yep, that's right. He's got 4 of them. 4 of them to be especially devastating, and it did seem like a bunch of that push was coming from the master bedroom side, as both Sledge, Ash, and Habana were taking gunfights from the top floor site. So I'm curious to see if we'll see that being brought out again. On the attacking side of it, 4 sets of nades in pocket again, but they're going to opt for the Nook instead of the Sledge. And if you're new to Siege or you're new to the last, or to this season, Nook just got a rework. She is effectively now a Vigil for the attacking team. Her noise reduction was taken out in the last rework. But they've got the intel. Jaeger knows that she's there, so she's going to go ahead. Dan's going to go ahead and rotate back around up top and see if he is not going to be the first kill off the board today. On the defensive side of it, also, with that Jaeger, they've got the observation blockers, which is new. Z, why don't you tell them a little bit about how those observation blockers work?
The observation blockers are kind of like shields, but essentially it's just like your drone can't really see through it. It's kind of like a gray mist, so it really helps, honestly. I haven't used them too much in like ranked or anything like that. I usually have teammates who usually do, but they've helped a lot, and it really does reduce intel, which, you know, as intel is a very important part of this game. Like, you can change your positions in like half a second. Make a pivotal change in the game.
They left the default cam up, so all that intel being fed exactly to where Ash is sitting at on top of the roofs. That's tough. So we're now into a minute and a half. It's 5 stacked apiece. Jaeger going to be the first to fall as Dan finds a kill. Nook ringing out that headshot, tipping body balance in favor of Core Gaming. Now sitting 5-4 just inside a minute and 24.
I like this reverse library hold that they have with blue. It really holds down and wastes time, especially if you're not really adapt to it and haven't droned it out.
So that's the deal, right? The defense needs to waste that time. Here we go. Grenade's going to ring out, but the Jaeger's going to take that nade off the boards just down to 1. Waffle having one more to get that deployable off the stairs there. Gonna be tough to push in if you can't get that. Oh, they did get it. Excellent.
Hey, Frost still has the ADS, the holds in it, and Proxy picks up the headshot on Happen.
Now take us into a 4v4. It's 45 seconds left. Hold on to your seats, folks, because this is going to ring out in a really chaotic fury of a storm, as there's 37 seconds left, and the execute still has to happen. Waffle still outside of the building, unable to get in just yet. Habana getting some of those frost traps out of the way, so they're going to be able to push in. And there we go, as Malusi finds the second death. Is the next casualty in this. His body balance is still in favor of Core Gaming. It's 4-3, 18 seconds left. Frost holding that blue. Is going to get the down onto Ayana. Pivots over around to swing on the stairs, but it's going to get killed by Dan as he's coming up the stairs on the rotate, who's going to get traded out by the DMR as it takes out a double. Wow.
Wow.
Sheesh, Team Panda did a wonderful job at holding out that that stall defensive time, and then made them rush to try to get that execute. And of course, if you rush, you run, you die. Team Panda takes round number 3.
That was honestly amazing. Honestly, Panda is wasting so much time, and it seems like Core can't get a grasp on where they need to push. It feels like they're kind of putting too many man bodies towards one little area, and I feel like they need to kind of spread out, maybe in a 3-2, you know what I mean? Take that regional control, so that way they can lock down a certain part of the map, so that way they have more options available. They're only centering themselves to one push, and I think that's kind of being their slowing down point, because once they hit like that minute 20 mark, minute 30 mark, they can't really, they kind of get stuck, and they're droning looking for what to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess that is the problem, right? And one of the reasons maybe why this Bravo was taken off the board, right? She's a 3-speed with that intel and able to take care of those gadgets. So maybe it's something that's utilized a little bit more in the EU and potentially was a target ban for Chalet.
Exactly, and because they're bringing so many nades and stuff, you know, the Jaeger's playing very pivotal with the ADSs. So I feel like the Bravo was a very good thing for Core to get out the way, but I feel like it's benefiting Panda more at the moment than them.
Yeah, I think so as well. On the defensive side of it, we talked about the smoke having his deployable gone, and to adapt to that, Adapts brings out the Tachanka, who is rapidly becoming the bunker down side holder.
Proxy has a shield.
Okay, well, there you go. Also, Proxic is bringing out the Thorn. After her latest rework, she does have that deployable, so she will be the person that helps you. Oh my god! Oh, the siege timing off as Tachanka misses opportunity to take Ash off the board. But Thorn also has that 1.5 now on her gun, making her just incredibly useful across the board.
It seems like everyone's getting 1.5s again. It's going back to the original Siege, you know, which I feel like I personally like. It's more about those long angles, playing time, you know what I mean? Adapting to how people are pushing. Tommy with the headshot and adapts immediately.
Yeah, takes him out of the game. Tipping body balance in favor of Core Gaming here just inside of 2 minutes left. You're right. In the Macy J TDM meta that's talked about right now inside of the current ranked and comp scene, giving everybody a 1.5 will slow that down. Jaeger, the next to fall, as the double rings out across as he finds the double. So we're now sitting 3 apiece inside of a minute and 45, and it's basically resting on the shoulders of the Castle, the Thorn, and the Cade. Cade bringing out that sniper shotgun, able to take those fights from a long ways away. And as I say it, he's holding the deep angle onto the window. He's gonna find himself a contest, gets a ton of damage onto Ash, but Ash able to WASD her way right the heck on out of there. And now we're seeing a scenic route being taken as Osa and Thatcher are pushing in from the basement site, gonna try to catch this Cade off guard. Could be huge if they don't know that she's up there underneath.
It looks really good right now. I mean, they're down to a minute, and Tommy's low on health, and Waffle's also taking a bit of damage. But on the defensive side, you know, they're less than half, so I feel like it could go either way at this point, depending on how they play.
Yep, who gets this first kill to set us off? 51 seconds, the intel's there, they know where she's at. Watching for that top, watching for that lurk. Boy, just can't get it onto the Osa. She's able to drop her shield down, and all 3 starting to push in. Oh, C4 rings out, but it isn't connecting with anybody, but it is low health now as Thatcher's reduced also down to a minutia of health. Osa still surviving somehow. Oh no, Osa did get taken off the board now and got the intel as Joey is watching that window for the push in. Here it comes, takes the Ash, and the double rings out. As Cade's sniper shot, he finds it from the deep angle.
I just want to say, we were talking about observation blockers, and there was an observation blocker on those west main stairs. And I don't know how big of a point that made, how big of a play that made, but it was up the entire time, even when Osa pushed up and placed her shield. So, you know, I seen them droning, so I wonder how much it caught off because, you know, we had the castle holding an angle, and I don't see anyone look on solar stairs until the Osa died.
Interesting. Yeah, observation blockers being the sixth man. And really playing a pivotal part. So we head back up top as we're now sitting in 3-1. We're in a best of 3. And so what that means is map number 1 is going to be kind of sussing out how the team plays, as these two teams have not faced off before here inside of the Nebula League. Map number 2 is going to prove to be what is the adaptability. And if we see a map number 3, it will be because both teams adapted and were able to figure out the play style. But on a best of 3, you're looking at a defensive potential split on Chalet. Team Panda hoping to take it to a 5-1 on the split, but more ideally probably be a 4-2. Core Gaming, though, has to solidify a second round. They're feeling good with having 1 on the attack, but they won't be satisfied unless it's a 2 or 3 on the split.
Exactly, and I do want to go back to your point really quick about how this is the first time they've played each other. So it's also about, you know, the first time playing each other. It's about figuring out what each team does, so that way they can adapt to each other.
No way!
Holy!
Huge play
amazing.
as the trade rings out, and it's a big pick on the defensive side of it, or on both sides of it, as Waffle's sitting 6-4 and Malusi's sitting at that 4-5. Both hitters on the teams taken out early on 2 separate engagements. Crazy.
Jaeger missing the drone. You know, I feel like it's a drone fight. You know, that's also the 7th fight of this game.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Go ahead.
Everyone's so far missing drones, and it's like, you know, they're tiny, but like you're like, oh come on, man, I can get a headshot, but I can't get this tiny drone that's moving at the same speed of person.
I hate drones. I know that my homie and co-host Nico was ecstatic when we got the Solus on the board, because if there's one thing he hates, it's things not working the way they should and a freaking drone inside.
Oh my god, the trade!
With a disgusting shot as he takes the head off the rappel on the library window. Huge, but did they get to push in?
No, they didn't get to push in. They were sitting on the window.
Didn't even get to push in. Now he has rotated back down to site. We put ourselves in a 3v3 just inside of a minute 35. Still got to deal with this hold, this roam, and they're going to try to take the scenic route and rotate on around.
I think it's a good rotate. I honestly think the defense also has been really good wasting time. You know, the trades have been coming out at a good pace, and it's down to see who can make the first move again. You know, we're down to this minute 20, and we're deciding what to do, you know. So I feel like we're limiting our options, and we're moving about too late, and they're not taking that pivot, so that way they can move quicker and take that extra step, you know.
Yeah, good insights. The problem is, with just a minute left, you still haven't gotten inside the building. It's going to make it a really tough push, especially with the util still on the board. You've got the Arunis, you've got the Thorn Traps, and you still have to deal with those Jaeger ADSs. So even that one grenade that you still have left, you know, could prove to be not useful.
And the Malusi's from the grave, so it's really about intel and making the first move, and who could get the pick with 30 seconds remaining.
So here we go. It's 3-3, 30 seconds. Timer starts to count down as the attacking team's got to find a way to stitch around together to get themselves another one, or Team Panda going to be sitting real good, getting closer to the split. 20 seconds, and here we go as Thorn is rotating back around the site. No, that's coming from a Solarian push. 1 up the stairs, or 2 up the stairs, 1 on. 1 goes down as we're now put into a 3v2. The second rings out. It's 9 seconds left, all on the shoulders of the Ayana, as Dan is going to have to jiggle peek from the stairs, but it's going to be too little too late, as he's got to find the 3, and he's not going to be able to do it in the 1 second that's left. Defense finding themselves round number 5.
So,
or excuse me, round number 4.
I'd like to go back to my original point when we were talking about in the beginning of the round. You know, it's adapting to a new team you've never played before. And, you know, I feel like Core is really struggling to find their footing. And if they're making these pivotal plays, but they still haven't found their footing as a team to really push against Panda, who's high in the standings. And, you know, Core is really the underdog, so they kind of need to come out with something new, something that will really change the tides against Panda. Because, you know, they're holding these long default angles, but they're really holding it in such a way it's wasting so much time, making them really try and get these angles to push against the defenders, you know? And Panda's executing it very well.
Yeah, but the thing is also, right, we're still looking at a defensive sided map, albeit maybe it's not as defensive heavy as some of the other maps we play, but it is still defensive favored. So on a split of a half, if Core Gaming can lock in one more win, then they're going to feel pretty good about going in there to their defensive state, right? Because it's a defensive sided map. Even if they can't, though, if they end up seeing themselves at a 5-1, we're going to have to see a little bit slower of a defensive side from Core, and I imagine that Team Panda will be very aggro if it gets to a 5-1 to put themselves to match point in one round.
And
that being said, I think Core Gaming might find themselves one.
Yeah, and if they lock their footing this round, they can solidify the next map also, because it will really lock in their brain. We found Panda's rhythm. We feel like we can take it against them now and go overtime and really stretch this and push ourselves.
It has been run out city every single round we've seen engagements. Jaeger on that last one. Oh my lord, she wants to catch one.
I don't even think Ash knows.
Could be huge. We're going to see the double push here as the Aruni and the Jaeger are both set up and ready. Aruni starts taking the shots out. Jaeger goes for the swing, but they knew he was there. And they find the shot onto Kev as we do get evened up as Joey finds himself a DMR kill, but it's going to be traded out. So now we're sitting body bounce tipped in favor of Core Gaming, and Flora's going to start making use of those Rotera drones, getting rid of some of those deployables and those ADSs, which proved, like you said, so pivotal in the last couple of rounds. Dallas, I want to point out, bringing a new op to the board this evening as he makes his debut. It's Doc. He's got the juice, baby, and a one stim can take you from, if you're 1 HP, 10 HP, or 99. Doc's got the time. One stim bring you all the way back up to the top, feeling good about your health.
I also just want to say, once again, these drones are getting by, making moves around these players. It's the 7th player of the field, you know?
That's right. Time the 6th, drones the 7th, baby.
it's an interesting game, though. I feel like Core is gonna bring it back right now. You know, they have the man up. They can really take the time. They have a minute left. They already have good footing. You have attackers inside the map, which is good. You just don't want to lose these attackers inside the map trying to make a rotate late, you know?
That's true. Also, we find ourselves in the same situation. Frost finds another headshot. Floor is going to fall as well as we now put ourselves into a 3v1. Adapts with the triple kill, baby! Puts himself now all on the shoulders of Dan again, who does find himself taking it into a 2v1. We're going to have to see him on the big rotate.
I just want to say Adapts with these flanks coming so late and becoming so pivotal and changing the tides. You know, it goes from a 4v2 to a 2v2 and now it's a 2v1 with 35 seconds remaining, pushing down the kitchen hallway at 45. Proxy has the angle though. Does he see him?
He does. Oh, kill. Dan the man got an ace to win it, but not gonna pull it through as Adapt's gonna find that last kill.
I think
Holy
got stuck on the tree. Yeah, the plant blocked him. No way. Wow. You know, that's just siege stuff.
Yep,
you know,
that's having the awareness of where you're at and trying to make that scenic route push. WASD, you're away to the next kill, but unfortunately Dan isn't able to find the ace.
See, but funny enough,
on the 5-1 split.
When you think about playing on your own, you think of always shooting like the extra debris, and sometimes it doesn't make sense to other people, and but at the same time in the back of your mind, you do it for a reason, and you know sometimes it makes it happen, like whether you want to believe it or not. Like I find that stuff in Siege all the time. I get stuck on a counter, or I get stuck on like stupid plan, and it's the worst for me. And I feel like I threw such a big round, you know.
Absolutely, and that was a big round to be thrown by that last one. He needed the ace to find it, had a chance to do it, but man, Plant's taking him out. Still, we find ourselves now on a 5-1 for the split, clearly defensive-sided, and we're going to get a chance to see Core Gaming's defensive setup. They know that it's going to be a quick execute, right, as Team Panda is just one round away from putting themselves on a match point. And so to do so, they're bringing out the slowdown. Legion with the goose, Aruni with her traps on the doors and the windows, working to see through the lights. Yeah, it's going to be a quick execute, man. At a 5-1, they want to get themselves on the match point, so they've got the rest of this match to just find themselves one.
I feel like Core slowed it down enough, though, you know, making it 1v1s and 2v1s where, like, they kind of found their footing. So I feel like if they hold these angles, they can make it happen against Panda and shut this quick rush entirely.
It's gonna take winning your ones, that's for sure. And here we go. Is now. Oh yeah, Amaro gets in and the plant is going down, but she's going to be taken off as the DMR finds the headshot, body bounce tipping in favor of the defensive side of it. Smoke gonna start getting those canisters and toxic bays out. Cade's gonna lose his life on the trade. Kev's gonna find himself too, as he's pushed in to site now.
Archie's
Wow.
also gonna get a headshot on Waffle.
We're gonna try to see some grenades from underneath. Ain't gonna find one just yet, but now, here we go. Ying's on the inside, finds himself a triple. Oh no, not Ying.
Person's in closet?
That's still Ash putting in the work, and there we
Holy.
go. Was that? Did Kev just ace? No.
No way. Can we see the scoreboard really quick? Did he?
Man, what a freaking play!
I don't know if I think
He at least caught himself a quad for sure.
Yeah, he at least caught himself a 4-piece, but that was still amazing. Amazing pickup by Kev, you know, really picking up on the loss of the plant. It was almost executed. They had it like 70%, I want to say, but they almost had it, and it got took off by Tommy. You know, an amazing deny, and then Kevin comes in there with the sweep up and starts taking out defenders, and it was honestly a good push by the attack, and it was quick, like you said, you know.
Yeah, that's what they were hoping for, is get themselves a quick execute, put themselves on match point, which they still did, and not albeit in the fashion that they wanted, but it's match point. It's 6-1. Core Gaming having the fights, having the gun mechanics, but just not, they're losing their ones. You can't let Kev push into sight and take 4 of you out, right? You were expecting the quick rush, and you handled it as far as the Amaru coming in. Attackers needed to set up something from Solarium as well. Well, they should have set something up from a Solarium push as well when the quick is going down. Able to utilize Kev instead. Get that quick entry and then just dominate from the inside.
Exactly, and you know, I feel like the core was so contested. Oh my God, Proxy gets the headshot.
In 11 seconds, the man was taken off the board, and that's huge. As Thorn is, you know, I mean, it's Dan 7-7 here, and it's Thorn Traps. It's the 1.5, and that's now gone. As attackers, body balance sits in favor of the attackers, 6-1.
Wow. I just want to say Panda, or not Panda, Waffle. Sorry, Waffle bringing out the mirror. I want to see if these mirrors are different. This one, they're both holding towards the bottom library window in games, and I feel like you could have placed it better, especially since, you know, they kind of push from kitchen area and stuff like that. If you would have placed it on the side he's looking at in game, you could have held like longer angles in a bar and kind of held in the stock long, you know.
Yeah, and not only that, I think the new current meta. Oh no, Joey finding the kill on the Frost as we're now sitting into a 5v3. All right, Z, it looks like Panda's trying to put this one away. Still got to deal with this deployable shield, but they're pushing up to do so. On the, oh no! There we go, as it's getting traded out across the board. Joey down, but not out. Waffle finds himself the knife kill, as we now sit ourselves into a 3v2. Technically a 4v2, but the Joey at 10-2. Douse with the double kill, and there we go. It's over. Team Panda securing themselves map number 1. What the heck just happened, Z?
Wow. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Core had nice footing, you know. They had nice plays. They did really amazing. I just feel like they were too tight. They didn't push spread enough. They didn't have too many options, and they were so close, and there weren't big enough refrags, you know, because from Panda we seen refrags that made it go from 2v4 to 2v1, you know, and Core went from 5v3 to 3v2, you know. It wasn't too beneficial of the picks, but they still made the trades enough to last that time and make it into 2v1s and 1v1s in the last 30 seconds. So I feel like if they switch it up and they really lock their footing, because they have the gunfire, as you said, and they have the strides, they have the ideas of what to do, but they just need to push it.
The quiet killer, Mr. Joey, sitting at 10-2 on that last round. He had a total KPR of 1.25 and a cost rating of 88%. Every single kill being quite effective, and clearly the kill leader by quite a bit. With the KD that we're watching on the last map, you would have think you would think that it would have been a little bit closer in the scoreline, but it just was not the case.
Yeah, and it was really well though. But we're gonna see if they can really grab their footing here and lock it down on map 2. And map 2, we're going to Clubhouse. So Clubhouse is a more expanded map. So I feel like they can really take this open area and make more options for themselves and really dedicate themselves to how they want to hold. Because on defense, it's about holding these long angles, you know, wasting this long time. And then on attack, it's about taking so much control of the map, you can lock kind of down them. Lock Panda down, I'm sorry. And, you know, like hold them to a point and, you know, take these rounds. And I feel like they can do it. And the underdogs, I feel like they're scared, you know, kind of not really. This is a team we don't know. We feel like we're kind of still adapting. Now's the time to adapt. Now it's the second map. You got to get your heads in there and you got to really push what you can do. Because all of you are amazing players, you know, and you guys can do good things. So
True.
we know it can happen.
That's the truth. That's that you're talking about it in a very fantastic way, right? This is the comp scene. It's where any single player can pop off at any single moment, and it just can be dependent upon the map, right? Maybe that was Team Panda's map. Chalet, they've got the strats. They've played it a million times. They knew what to do. Maybe on this other side of it for Clubhouse, Core Gaming is going to be doing the same. On Clubhouse, like we talked about, it's a classic map with classic strats, right? You have your two top floor sites, generally considered primary as CCTV and cache, although the meta is switching to a gym bedroom setup, but we'll call that secondary for now. Church and Arsenal down being the dominant tertiary site, and then Barn Stage. Now, in the NA, we see Bar Stage played a lot, right? It's called the Age of Verticality, so you're going to see a lot of top-down play, forcing you to do full site clears before you can get down into site. I don't know if that's going to be the case here. As in the EU, we haven't seen a ton of tertiary site play, although we did see quite a bit more in that bar gaming setup on both sides on Chalet.
Yeah, and I was just about to go back into that. For Clubhouse, you know, I want to see if they bring the castle and they extend upstairs, you know, especially gym bedroom. Because I know when we play like ranked and stuff, we really like to extend, especially on Clubhouse, because it's so open and there's so many angles. So I feel like I don't know how they do it necessarily in the EU, but I feel like if we see a lot of that and they take these angles, especially from core, they can definitely take this tide and win it.
Yep, I'd agree. So it is a defensive sided map, but it sits a little closer to the 50-50 point. We're going to see multi-point pushing here. If we're up top in either the gym bedroom or the CCTV cache hold, you're going to see people pushing in from the other top floor sites. You know, potentially, if we don't see him banned out, we could see some Monty play, which he is so useful when pushing up that catwalk to take off the Azami, who generally sits there. But I'm very curious on what to see bans are going to be coming out, especially after how the last round played.
I feel like Azami is definitely going to get banned. You know, Clubhouse, Azami is definitely a very strong person. So I feel like they're going to have to bring someone else. And I feel like Jaeger's going to definitely make a comeback with those ADSs, making a huge pivotal change. And maybe Joey again with the Aruni, because Joey was our silent killer, you know, top fragging. And that Aruni is so powerful and it wastes so much time, and he can hold those so long angles. So I want to see it happen again, honestly. It gets me excited.
It's that DMR, and I wonder if we might not see that on a target ban, right? In the hands of the right person, the DMR is absolutely devastating. And you can ask Onagiri that, as he used that DMR to set the SI, or to tie the SI record for most kills in a invitational. So, I mean, as we saw the dope taken off early, I wonder if we're going to see both of those targeted out. Oh, Core Gaming. Not going to be letting that Ying come in. No quick plans coming out for them on that.
Kevin is sad on that one.
Oh, that's tough. And who are they going to respond back? And it's going to be the Dokubi taken off the board. So it's the DMR gone. It's that roam clear going to be sussed out. And also denying that intel after the kill.
I want to see the Aruni now. It needs to happen. We're getting out DMRs. We might as well make it official and take out the really big, powerful game, you know?
Let's see who they bring out. But instead, it's going to be the Architect, Azami, taking out the thing about Azami, the architect, is she has changed the way that Siege is played. Every angle you thought you knew,
You don't know anymore.
you don't know because there is a pixel peek put from somewhere. Sola's going to be the next one taken off the board as she's a kind of a standard ban now. But you know what that leaves? That leaves the Fenrir. And I got to say,
Ooh.
it could be pretty devastating on a clubhouse push-in.
I would love to see some Fenrir. Honestly, if Core can make it happen, that would be amazing too. Especially with the way they hold. They held longer angles than Panda, I'll say. They held more vibrant long angles, so that way they could get the refrags. But I feel like the Fenrir, especially on the refrags, they can make it happen. Because Fenrir is such a powerful operator. You can't see anymore. It's kind of like Scarecrow's gas from DC.
Yeah, that's right. Fills you with the fear, gives you a little bit of hallucination, and causes complete disorientation.
And then you completely forget where you are. You're like, what's going on? And then you're like, oh no, I'm dead. I gotta get on cams.
Who am I? Where are my pants? We've all been there. So on the defensive side of it, I said it, called it the secondary site, but they're going to call me out on that. And we're going to see downstairs as the primary for this, a slew of 6 picks ringing out on the attacking side of it. They're going to bring in the Jackal to help suss out that roam. 4 sets of nades in pocket in the hands of Joey and Kev, and then Adapt's going to be bringing out that buck to start that verticality, opening up the hallway to start shutting down rotates and, you know, find themselves a kill inside of kitchen. On the defense, oh no, that's tough. Well, maybe not. Maybe they're expecting that. Maybe they're wanting that push in to funnel them into the kill zone. On the defensive side of it, Dan puts himself on the Warden so he can't be blinded by the light. They're going to go with the Wamai over the Jaeger for projectile tonight. Intel with the Valkyrie. Happened bringing out the Mira, which is an interesting play. I don't see her a ton on the bottom floor sites anymore. We used to see her a lot, but as that verticality has changed the game, we don't see her as much, so I'm excited to see that. And then, of course, Cade to deny those hatches, which are not...
I do also want to say a bit of a role change here between Waffle and Happen. Last map, we had Waffle on the Mira, so... Oh, Waffle gets the pick, though, immediately on Proxy as soon as I say that.
Caster cursed him, and there he goes. Waffle taking that kill. They were able to get... they didn't get any of those Cade charges onto the hatches, and to be honest with you, I'm really questioning that play by Core Gaming. Yes, they have the body balance in favor, but now we're going to be able to open those hatches. We're going to be able to open up that verticality with both Sledge and Buck. And, I mean, shoot, here's what Pangu says. He says, you don't want to find yourself walking into sight down the stairs. Those are automatic kill boxes. You have to have verticality play. You have to have other entry spots. And to not put a Cade on the hatches seems foolish.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. We'll see, because they kind of held it well. And as I give Caster Curse again, I feel so bad. Joey takes out Crown.
Now body balance in favor of nobody, but it's a minute left. So we talked a little bit about this Cade not doing those hatches and might have almost paid the price for it as the prone shot comes from the hatch, but it isn't going to be enough. They're still doing a great job on the stall out, right? It's 47 seconds left, and we're still having trouble getting down into sight. But as I say, it Adapts is now starting to come in through, and they're getting the plant down. Where the heck did Maverick come from? Did he drop that Moto hatch?
I think
we put ourselves into a 2v4. 1v4 as Dan finds the triple. And you get the first kill. L85 brings out, gonna find himself a triple now as they got to push up and deal with this, man. They do have somebody up top gonna be able to try to swing them from above and below as the defuse starts to happen. Oh,
double nitros, and Tommy ends up picking it up.
That's it. C4 rings out, claims the life.
Defenders have disabled the bomb.
So I just want to say what I did say came to fruition, that, you know, Core held that time. They held the refrags. They did amazing. They got it down to a 4v4. They sat back and played time. They were tight against each other, but they played those refrags so well. And it became really good for them.
Yep. That was definitely the side of core that we didn't get to see on the last side. They had communication, they had the buddy system, they were there for the refrags and the trades. When they got themselves down into a 4v2, they didn't throw it. They didn't throw bodies at it. They sat back, they bunkered down, and they waited for the eventual push, which was going to guaranteed to come. I mean, we're getting down in the last minute. You know where they're at, and you know where they're coming from. So here's. Go ahead.
We called Dallas dropping down Moto. I think we were wrong on that. I think he rotated a kitchen hatch and dropped down and then planted behind the half wall right there.
That's what it was. They did get kitchen hatch open too because it was it wasn't Cade trap, or it didn't have that Cade claw on it. You're probably right. As I imagine, that's where Sledge was holding that L85 angle from. So we go into gym bedroom, and we talked about it. You said it's one of your favorite strats to do up top. We head to gym and bedroom, we bring out the castle, and we fully extend into cache and CCTV, and that's what they're doing here. Got to rotate into Logi. We've got the Cade for the breach denial up top. A slew of intel with that BP, who he opted for the BP instead of the observation blockers. Warden, so he can't be blinded by the light, and the intel on the Valkyrie. This is a great setup.
Ooh, almost gets shots off on him. Now I'm wondering who's playing red, because you know you have that backward shield, and if you have the warding over there, the shield's kind of redundant. You know, and I don't mean to say it like that, but it's kind of the purpose, because you also have the Jaeger with the ADSs, so you can flush those over there and have the warden play more towards sight.
But man, Valkyrie extended fully all the way into garage on this gym bedroom hole. And they are able to get the jacuzzi tub open as Osa using her... holy cow! Joey finds himself the headshot onto Waffle, not letting Waffle be as devastating this time as he was. Body bounce tipped in favor of the attacking team now. As Joey's still holding that angle, trying to find somebody. Oh my lord! Cade with that sniper shotty. Taking Osa off the board, but it's traded out onto... Dan, as we sit now into a 4v3 at just inside of 2 minutes left. So the difference here between Chalet and Clubhouse so far has been the immediate aggro attack team. I mean, they are pushing in everywhere. Paid the price for it on the first round, but set themselves up for victory on the second here.
I do want to say, something that made me laugh is, I'm going to go back on the match replay after this and watch, because I think the Cade threw a nitro, and I think it got messed up, and I think he exploded it on himself, and then still got the headshot after. And I think that's why he was so low, and it caught me off guard, and I didn't want to interrupt you because you were going in, but that was pretty funny.
Amazing. I love Siege. I can't tell you how many times I've died to my own C4, or when training to try to get those grenades from underneath, bouncing it off the roof and right back into my own face.
You don't
I guess that's why I'm a
right.
caster. I guess that's why I'm a caster, not a player, right? Because of all of this self-harm I've done.
I've done a lot of self-harm, too. There's so many things you can do.
So on the defensive side of it, we put ourselves one apiece as we head into round 3. And we're going to try to kind of do the same thing that we brought on the last setup. But we're going to opt for the Bandit over the Cade. So we're going to see some tricking happening here on that jacuzzi wall. Slew of 6 picks ringing out on the attacker side of it as they do bring the thermite out. Want to walk into sight or walk in through the hole instead of vaulting. Osa going to be devastating with those shields, and Impact EMPs going to bring out the nades as Kevin hits the Ayana, and then Joey on the Zofia, general badassery, able to open up soft breach and do some disorientation. Are they still extended fully again?
I think they are. I do want to say though about Panda, they changed their lineup completely. The only person who stayed the same was Proxy, and it changes the defenders' minds, you know, because they're expecting all of these people, and then you go ahead and change all 4 of your lineup except one person, which is the tracking person, you know.
I like it. It's the game of adaptability, and this is the place to do it at. Grenade rings out, but not able to find themselves a kill. Also taking some shots onto Joey onto the highway, but unable to get that kill. Waiting for the push, got the headshot set up, and they are going to get breach open. Kev's going to find the first kill. Second one's going to ring out onto the castles. Now we sit in favor of Team Panda, 5-3. With still 2 whole minutes left to go. plenty of time to suss out where the heck these defenders are sitting at and capitalize on the buddy system trade out. Zofia going to be the first to fall, down but not out, finally taken out all the way, but it is going to be traded and refragged as Dallas finds that kill as well. Now put ourselves into a 3v1 as Kev finds the triple. Plant's going down as Thermite takes it to 25, and he's going to go ahead and stick it. It's going to be Warden on the big rotate, taking the scenic route around. He's going to have to put his glasses on because they know exactly where he's at, and the flashes are going to start coming out. Holding the angle on the stairs. He's going to have to find this headshot on both, and he's going to find neither as Kev finds that next kill. Team Panda taking round number 2. It was 5 HP in a dream on the Jiggle Peak.
I just want to say, I haven't personally seen much droning, but I feel like Panda are getting enough intel to where Joey and Kevin are they're just slushing it, you know what I mean? They're getting these kills, trading back to back, and they're pushing, doing really well.
Wow, so it's sitting 2-1 right now on heading into round number 4, and currently we sit attacker sided on Clubhouse.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
Interesting.
bombs as they can.
Now, I wonder if that's because that's how it sits in this league, defensive-wise, or if that's just because Team Panda has showed some extreme aggression when pushing into these sites.
I feel like it's a mix because you gotta think they're getting all this intel, right? Their drones have to be in such pivotal positions that way they can get this intel in such a quick of a dime. And when these people are dead, you know, they're not just watching the players. They're sitting on these already set up drones, getting this intel, continuously giving call outs for you.
10 seconds left.
So you got to think about how much it changes, and especially how quick Kevin and Joey can move upon
5
these
seconds to
things.
insertion.
That's true. You called them out. Kevin and Joey both sitting at a 5-1 and a 5-2, proven to be absolutely dominant on this attacking setup. Cade's going to opt to put his claw on church wall as opposed to getting both of those hatches.
Did he put his second one on the kitchen hatch?
I'm not sure where he got that second one, actually. I'd probably say it would probably favor Moto, as that can be more of the devastating drop with a little bit of... you're able to take more angles if you drop a couple of players. But that being said, the plant came from kitchen last time, so maybe they might have dedicated a little bit more util and resources towards that. And they are already pushing into site as we've got first floor control basically for attackers set up right now. Is every defender bunkered down? Do we have no roam game?
I think every defender is bunkered down.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 as Warden coming up the main stairs. So they're gonna really try to slow him down and push that the narrative that you got to come into sight to do it. Buck getting taken off the board immediately is going to be huge for that verticality game. But they're going to start pushing down in those stairs and see if they can't get an early gunfight in the way of the attacker team. But it's Intel City, baby, as they know exactly where everybody is at. Going to try to Cade trick that hatch, and they're going to prove successful as they were able to get that one done. Going to have to find that Cade trap again. And also still deal with this mirror down there. It's sitting 4-3 now, just inside of a minute and a half left, and the explosions are starting to ring out. Oh no, Kevin takes out the homie.
Crazy. Kevin's like, I want kills and I want them now.
Doesn't matter. It's your team, my team. We're just gonna do it. Tommy finds the kill onto Kev as he paid for his hubris, looking into sight. Waffle holding the angle on the main stairs. Didn't exactly maybe know that somebody was sitting there. Otherwise, he would have keep holding there. But now we find ourselves in a 3v2 as the defense, with 58 seconds left, is going to try to bunker down and take out these last 2 remaining attackers.
I feel like Core can do it. Core can win this round, and they can take their stride and start hustling, you know, and get their footing and maybe push for the overtime. And as I say that, Caster's curse again, and Dallas gets a double.
Put ourselves down to a 1v1. It's anything. If she hits one of those claws, she is going down. It's 5 HP in a dream, baby. And we're about to see this contest pushing up towards the rotate. Mira didn't have any idea where she was at, but heard the sound, sends the C4 out, doesn't get anything from it. Man, that could have been it, because she is so low health. None of the shrapnel hitting her body. Dallas, man, he's gonna have to jiggle peek for his life. It's 15 seconds. He's gonna start to get that plant to go down. Mira knows it's coming, gonna try to stop him from getting it down. He's gonna get it to 25, and we're gonna find ourselves in a post plant now. Oh, there we go. Dallas, Habana finding that last kill. Sheesh, was that a quad kill?
I think it was.
Wow. Habano with a 1 HP and a dream quad kill. Huge round.
I
For the
can tell
attack
you Panda's excited about that.
Yeah, yep. The problem here is we're finding ourselves in man advantage to Core Gaming, but they're not able to capitalize on that. They're still losing the gunfights in the 2v1s, and that's tough. We need to spend a little more time in the aim lab or the Kovacs and get our cursor disciplined to be sitting on those headshots. You know where they're pushing from. There's 3 of you to stop a 2-man push. Attackers still get the plant down and come out on top of that.
I feel like someone from Core needs to take the reins right now, and someone needs to stride ahead. You know, someone needs to make or break, and someone needs to be like, all right, we're taking this here, and we need to do this because we got to make it happen. Right now, it's basically our everything. We got to push this so that we can win this and draw it to OT. And if you're thinking ahead, maybe go for the Benny boys. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about these moments. This is the moment right now where someone needs to grab in their head. I gotta take this. I can do this, and we gotta lead and charge.
So who's gonna be the player that steps up on the side of the defense? I'm calling on Dan. He's got that P10 running. He's got the C4 in hand. He's Intel City.
You think it's Dan? All right.
I think Dan's gonna pop up. He's up on the lurk up top. He's gonna be on that Roam game. They didn't have necessarily anything for Roam. They did bring the Grim out, so they will have some flank watch available. And if you're new to Siege or you're new to the last couple of seasons, Grim just got a rework for his gadget. His gadget is bees, baby. They're electronic, and they will tout your location if you step in them in a continuous ping. Latest rework has given him some OPness, and now they deploy quick. Oh my God! Here, saw him.
No, Joey.
He's just walking down into sight. 2 on the other as well, as now they're going to find that second. Holy cow, Joey with the double. Now what is going on? Trade City ringing out as we now find ourselves into a 3v2. And sights are switching now as Valkyrie is coming down the back end of the stairs. Pays for her hubris on the late push as she is down but not out. And it's all put on the shoulders of the P10 Roni, and Dan finds himself 1 as he puts himself to 2v2. Got the pivot ready for the next set of kills, but nobody going to push that. Has a chance to go pick up the homie as the plant is now going down. Putting ourselves into a 2v2.
Dang, such a quick pace from Panda, you know?
The bees are going to start ringing out, going to start setting some of those live pings out and ready to go. C4 going to open up another rotate into the back end, but they got to take this first engagement to get in there, and it's going to make it. Dan's going to need to be the one to do it. Oh, man, the siege timing of that does find no damage on those shots as it rings through. Oh, crossfire set up though, and Valkyrie is now moving into sight. They do find the kill. Dan finds 1 on to Dallas as we're now putting 1 second left, and it's too late. They cannot defuse even if they find that last kill. Attackers going to find themselves round number 5.
Bomb defused. Attackers win.
Sheesh.
Damn. I just
Put themselves. Yeah, go for it.
I was gonna say, I just want to say, you know, Panda's hitting Core quick now. They're hitting him quicker than before, and seems like Core can't keep up.
So here's what I think we do. It's not something you see utilized a lot in the T4 scene, but I think we need a tack timeout. I think that Core Gaming needs to, on this round number 6, right? This is the last round on the front end of the half. And Core Gaming needs to secure this kill. As I say, Clubhouse is generally a defensive-sided map, albeit closer to the 50-50. So for Team Panda to be up so heavily on the attacking side of it, it's going to be tough for Core Gaming to come in on their attack if they can't match this aggression.
You know what? I'm surprised I haven't seen Core bring a Legion. It would be good for slowing them down. You know, it would make the audio cues. It would help them out a lot.
I think you're right. I think it should be a little bit more focused on slowing them down. As Team Panda has been so aggro and getting into sight, slow down city population Core Gaming need to be where they're at. Let's see the traps, man. Intel's great. Yes, you have to know where they're coming from. This is a game of intel. So having both the Valkyrie and the Mozzie is huge. But We need to see some more slowdown. You're going with the same thing that you have always done, and it has not worked out for you both of these times.
Dan,
there we go. Dan finding the headshot as he takes Proxic off the board. Huge pick getting Zofia. He does pivot around to try to take that garage fight. He's not going to be successful, so he's going to bunker back down to site. Body bounce dipped in favor of Core Gaming here as they're trying to find themselves second.
They also haven't brought a heal. They've been holding these angles, you know, getting these picks and then being so damaged and then running back to site, but there's no heals in sight. If they had like a Thunderbird would be so good as well. So that way you could have those heals to come back to.
I think your call of a Thunderbird would be huge. Doc's great, but once he's dead, he's out of it. Thunderbird will allow you to take those engagements, which you've been being successful with. Core Gaming has been getting entry frags, has been getting those opening picks. But like you said, when they find themselves in a 5v2, oh, that's tough. As Cade finds himself a sniper shotty kill on the Kev. But yeah, as you said, when it gets low into the rounds and we find ourselves into a 4v2, but it's all low health, all it takes is a ricochet to put you out of the game, and that's why Team Panda is up now. I think potentially a Thunderbird pickup for any... Oh, damn, baby! C4 on a Daps takes him out. Huge play by Core Gaming as they're trying to find themselves on a standard split, getting them into a 4-2. It's all resting. We've been here before. That's the thing here. It's Joey and Dallas, 8-4, 5-2. It's a 5v2, but not unwinnable for this attacking side as we've seen them come back from some huge odds. I imagine we see a pick go down on either the Mozzie or the... Oh, jeez.
What's interesting is also they still have all 5 in sight. But you have 2 and 2 watching the same angles, really tied up on each other, but they're not ready for those refrags, and that's what makes such a change also, you know?
Yep, win conditions for the attacking team right now. They got to find the pick on the Mozzie and the mirror and get the plant down, but it's going to be too little too late as Cade finds himself a headshot, and we're going to put ourselves into a standard split with 30 seconds left on the board. Joey could do it. He's got an ace, but he's got to do it in 30 seconds, and he's going to back up, maybe give his team a little bit of time to talk about it. Pat the KD potentially on some rotates, but I think he's going to be sitting back and letting the team talk about it and how they want to set up their defensive side. It's 17. He does find himself one and pat his KD a little bit, but if that's going to be it, it's happened.
Now, I want to see if Core can do it. I want to see the Thunderbird. I want them to take a second. Listen, all right, we got this round. Let's take a timeout. Let's talk. Let's bring the Thunderbird. Let's bring a Legion. You know, change up what we're doing so that way we can hold them longer and take this grasp. But also, I just want to say the Fenrir finally coming out from Joey on Panda.
So we're not going to see the Thunderbird played for Core Gaming as that was the end of the half. It sits 4-2 on the split, clearly attacker sided. And now we get to see what Core Gaming is going to bring to the table as far as aggression on attacker sided. If this map is attacker sided in EU or it's specifically in the Nebula League, then potentially Core Gaming's feeling pretty good about securing at least securing the 2. But as I say that, they head to a CCTV cache hold, which I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. You see everybody play it. Everybody's got a strat to push in on CC and cache, and that's why you see primary sites generally going towards a basement or a gym bedroom hold. But I mean, if they're solid and CCTV, this is their guaranteed win, then let's see it brought out. As you said it, we've got 2 sets of breach denial as Kevin and Dallas both bring the Cade and the Bandit, so we're going to be seeing some tricking going on as only Bandit can do. Wamai on that projectile denial. Joey's going to be bringing out the Fen. And of course this one.
If we see Bandit tricking, I would like to personally see some amazing Bandit tricking from Kevin, because I'm personally a Bandit tricker also. I've been playing Bandit since I started playing this game, which was like at the very beginning, and I have always been amazing Bandit tricker. So I want to see some amazingness come out. My personal energy is getting over me.
On the attacking side of it, they did bring out the Thermite to walk in sight. Thatcher left on the board, so they're going to utilize him and his EMPs. Line for that intel. Dan on the nadies.
I don't think it happened. I think Kevin was not Bandit tricking.
I don't think he was, and with a double breach denial, I definitely question that.
I'm kind of sad now. Personally, I don't like it.
They have extended all the way into gym bedroom, so they're trying for that reverse top site hold. But attackers are going to be ready for that. As they do. Yep, they find the kill onto Fenrir. It's a huge pick. He now cannot change his ops around, but it gets doubled up as Cade finds himself a kill.
Ooh.
Oh, Adapts also finds him one, but is going to be taken down on the refrag. We put ourselves into a 3v3 here. With
Don't think
Bill
Adapts
just
is
inside of
ready for
two minutes left. That Thermite taking a ton of damage, but able to preserve his life and WASD his way out of there. Still got a C4 on the board with Bandit as well. Oh my lord, is Bandit getting cheeky right now?
Oh,
He
no.
is. He wants
What
that
happened?
kill. He knows that's where the Thatcher was sitting at up earlier, so he's wondering if that Thermite's going to try to wrap around and come back down into the front of sight. Oh, Dallas taking a little bit of damage as that shots ring in.
Oh.
Oh, Lord. Dallas does find himself that one. Jeez, that's tough. So now we put ourselves into a 3v2 with just a minute left on the board. C4 gets detonated, but finds no joy.
55 seconds on the clock remaining. I feel like they can do it. It's down to a 2v3. They have one defender slightly damaged. They can do it. But as I say that, Casper's cursed again.
Yeah.
I feel so bad every time it happens. Listen, man.
Get that. So here we are. It's 34 seconds left. Defensive sided clearly as Thermite is not going to be able to find his way inside the board. Could find himself a kill as Proxic is being cheeky with the jiggle peek on the pistol. But I feel it's going to be too little too late as they all know where he's at. The crossfires are set up. He's going to find a tough time even getting himself to the window.
10 seconds to go.
And with that, we're going to see the end of round number 7. Team Panda going to find themselves in favor 5-3 now.
Oh,
That's tough. That's
got
tough.
shot to the wall.
That's tough.
Oh, yeah, oh, he did.
He gets shot through the wall banged to bang it out.
I do want to say, as an ex-comp player, I'm wondering how Core's internal affairs are right now. I'm wondering what they're discussing, how they're talking about, what can we do to change this? Because we need to make it happen, you know? And I feel like Core is making these plays. They're so close. They're just not grasping as hard as they need to and striding with the power that they have, you know?
I think that's probably the point, right? You're saying, I wonder what's being talked about, and I'm saying, I don't think they are, right? There's clearly a communication disconnect. If the other team is able to find the more than one refrag on you, hey, there we go. I mean, it's gonna be a little too late as they're gonna have to take that timeout on the next round. But that's what I think. I think they're not communicating, right? The buddy system is not in play. The refrags are coming out. They're finding themselves in situations where they're putting themselves down in huge man advantage, body balance, tipping in favor of their enemies. And I think maybe if we had a little more communication, a little more push on the buddy system, that the scoreboard could be sitting in an entirely different way. Because the gun skill's there, the mechanics are there, they're hitting their shots.
Exactly. I'm also wondering what their intel game is now, because if they have the drones and they have the placements and they have the intel, someone's got to be communicating these lines, you know? Even like if you're locked and you're dead, you know, you got to be, listen, I'm on cams, I'm getting these calls right here right now for you, whether you're on the cam yourself or not, like moving it.
And that's what Team Panda did on their attacking side of it. They had flank drones and all of their sight drones set up early, and then used the extras to drone in Kevin and Joey, and it proved to be effective as Kevin finds himself another kill, Proxic finding one as well, putting ourselves into a 5v3, and we're going to find ourselves on match point here if Core Gaming can't turn this around.
Yeah, honestly, and the defenders, Panda, once again taking the stride, holding off site, just taking these players out, holding these angles as they're moving in. They're barely able to get inside, you know, and it just seems like where are these flank drones? You know, where are these pivotal spots that you know people like to come from and like to stay at, and as I said,
that's tough. That's tough. Kevin find himself another, gonna in range to find himself another, and he does. No, Cal. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. They're gonna be talking about that one.
Yeah.
So, Are we gonna? I don't know if we're gonna see the timeout. Yep, we are. So Core Gaming gonna take a timeout and talk about it as we head to match point. Team Panda trying to put this one away and get themselves a chance at redemption against the Benny Boys.
Just what I was talking about though. You had the, was that Fenrir or Oryx? I don't recall.
That died first. Fenrir died first.
In kitchen last round. I'm sorry.
Oh, Orcs. Yep.
Okay, yeah, we had the Oryx right there in kitchen, and you had 2 people pushing through kitchen door, and I seen the drone thrown. If that one person is droning, that other person's got to be locked, holding the tightest angle possible until he gets the all clear, you know, for that first point. And the Oryx was right there, and he got that pivotal change and ran out and killed both.
So here's the problem with that kitchen push. They did have a 2v1, but they both took the same angle. The drone was put out as a distraction as they already knew the Oryx was there. They had that engagement already started. If they want to win this fight, somebody sits on the door of kitchen and somebody goes around to the window so you can push that together. If you're pushing both into the same doorway, you're giving free kills to the defender, as it happened there.
And
You're not winning your ones, you need to take them at 2s.
That's true. And Core took their time out. They discussed. They said some things that needed to happen. So let's see if they can make that change right now. It's game point.
I think they're going to too. It's, yeah, as you're saying it, it's match point. Core talked about it. I think in their conversation they said, look, they're out 1v1ing us. Let's take these fights at the same time. Let's really take our time to solidify the drone work and find out where the heck these guys are sitting, deal with the roam, and then get into sight. We head up to Jim bedroom now for match point round, and to do so, they brought the castle along, of course. Lucy on the slowdown, Bandit for the breach denial and potential tricking. Goyo brought out 2 sets of vectors in the Goyo and the Mira.
No way, he's reinforcing the wall. He's gonna get it?
Did he get it? Man,
I think he got it. Let's go. Let's go, Joey.
Oh no, Waffle the first to fall as he's taken off the board. Body bounce tipped in favor of Team Panda on this match point round. So here we go. It's the 2v. There we go, and that's exactly what you needed. But it is going to be traded out on the as Happen gets taken off the board as well. Huge pick getting Kevin off the board at his 9-5, but you still got to deal with Proxic, who now puts us into a 4v2. All right, Mr. Z, it's 2 minutes left on the board. Team Panda trying to put this one away for good. Core Gaming trying to scratch and claw and fight to stay in this round. They got to deal with the catwalk. Cal finds himself 1 as Castle gets ripped off the board as well, putting us into a 3v2. Plenty of time still on the board to suss out where the hell these guys are at. And there's this 2v1 fight here on inside of CCTV. We had the drop. He's going to take the swing onto Highway. He looks at, oh, Siege timing as he misses that shot on the peak. And they're still doing some late round barricades, which is going to make it a little tough for the attacking team to still push in. Minute and 30 seconds left on the board. Joey holding Logi Hatch. Proxic still on that catwalk, and Mira, the lone gunner inside. They're going to get Jacuzzi wall open and still have 2 sets of nades in the form of Ayana.
They're still holding these really long angles. You know, they're not rotating back. They're leaving it to the Mira.
Both sitting on this Jacuzzi wall. They're going to get some of that droning going on, but he's not going to get too much info as the drone was taken out. 2 grenades still left in pocket. Got to see him take out this Mira to have a hope at pushing in this last 50 seconds. It's 50 seconds, all that stands between Team Panda solidifying this win and Core Gaming scratching for 1 more.
I think Panda's got this in the bag. You know, they're wasting this time. Timer's running down, match point. I think Core's kind of just assessing everything at this moment. You know, really discussing what went wrong, what they can do to improve.
Drop the bomb diffuser.
Oh, Proxic with the double kill. Drop into Hatch, and that's it, folks! Team Panda putting this one away in a pretty dominant fashion. Definitely had a better communication, definitely had better on the gun skills, the holds, the strats. Didn't matter if it was defense or attack. Team Panda proving dominant. And so now, Team Panda getting a chance to face those Benny boys and get themselves a redemption round Man, and I'll be honest with you, I hope I'm casting that because that
Honestly,
is
I
gonna
hope
be
I'm
one
gonna be
hell of
there
a match.
too, because honestly, this has got me excited. This has honestly been a day, and Core didn't have it go exactly how they wanted, but they put in those fights and they realized what they need to work on now. So I wonder if next time we see them, they can really go about the change and do what they got to do.
Yeah. Team Panda proven dominant in this series as they do take it 2-0, taking maps on Chalet and Clubhouse. It was a great map. It was a great match. And unfortunately, Core Gaming just comes up a little short on that fight. Joey, again, 11-6. He had 100% cost rating. Every single thing he did was effective towards the win of that round, sitting at a 1.22 on that KP. Just an absolute blazer of a man. Great to watch it. Hey, I appreciate all you guys staying here and watching this siege with us on this beautiful thirsty Thursday evening. Yeah, we could do it. Absolutely. So it looks like we're going to set ourselves up to do a little bit of a post-match interview, kind of get the who, what, when, where, and why of what went down in that last match. So stand by. We'll get that set up and we'll be right back with you.
Ambushing me in some nightclub's gonna stop what makes people take drugs. This country spends $100 billion a year on getting high. It just got worse. I'm not your problem. It's the businessman.
What's up and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. If you're just joining us, you missed a banger of the match as Team Panda took a decisive victory in the 2-0. And we're going to get a little interview for you here, talk about kind of what happened as we get Joey, the dominant frag leader, in here to talk about it. Congratulations, Joey, on that dub.
Ah, thanks. It was a little bit boring, but it was fun playing Seed again.
A little
It
bit
was
boring.
Brutal. So I guess the first question that I really like to ask whenever we get to do some interviews things is how long you guys been together as a team?
We were a team like a year ago, but everyone just kind of quit playing Siege. I don't really play Siege anymore. I just play these matches and then I go off and enjoy the weather. But yeah, we were a team for a little while, but then we like kind of just went our separate ways, and now we're just playing for fun.
Oh, I gotcha.
What? Am I not? Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay, I'll talk into better.
So the next question, who IGLs? Who's making those late round calls for those crazy pushes that we were seeing?
I don't really think we have an IGL, but maybe like Dallas. Maybe. Like maybe I don't know. I don't feel like everyone just like talking whenever they can, and it's like just people just doing whatever they want. To be honest.
Gotcha. Okay. So I was gonna ask, how do you adjust to the pace of the games? But I mean, you guys are kind of just coming in, pub stacking it, and creating your own sort of pace. Did you do any like VOD review or anything before coming into this match?
I didn't even know they got streamed, so no. Like if they got streamed, we weren't really looking at it. We just came in today, got the maps, and then we played. That's how we're gonna do it every week.
So okay, well, yeah, that's a great attitude to have. I mean, it proved dominant here, and man, you had was it 10-2 and then 11-6, the clear frag leader. Do you play a lot of Siege? You said you're out enjoying the weather now. What's your warm up look like?
My warm up is YouTube. It works. It works well. I would say I hadn't played this game since the last time we played the game against the guys we lost against. I don't remember what they were.
The Benny Boys?
Yeah, those guys. Yeah,
I was just about to ask you.
I haven't played since we lost against them, to be honest.
How do you feel going? Are you ready to go back against them? Are you ready to beat them?
I'm ready to beat anyone. Like whoever we come up against, we're always gonna play our best, and if we lose, we're gonna lose. And of course, most of the games are gonna go like this. But yeah, we always have bad days.
Right on. Well, you know, it was a great set of matches. It looked like a cool strats that combined both traditional Siege and some of that contemporary jump in and just frag the heck out. Kevin and you being the dominant factors on both of those matches. You guys play together quite a bit still, or is that it's just you haven't played in a year and it's you kind of just resting on your laurels?
Like Kevin and Proxic were subs, and we just told Kevin to just do whatever the fuck he wants. So he just ran around, and then suddenly he was like, "Guys, I'm on site," and we're like, "Oh shit, we gotta jump in." So I don't know. He didn't really talk much. He was just like, "That guy dead, that guy dead, that guy dead. I'm gonna spawn big." We're like, "Okay, have fun," and it's like he just ran around having a blast.
That's completely different than what we do.
It looked like a really cohesive effort, that's for sure. But it was just Kev running in and being a freaking menace.
Yeah, like maybe he was listening to what we were saying and then going off that, but they didn't really say much. Like suddenly it was like, "Yeah, guys, I'm on site," and it was like, "Oh shit, we gotta push." It was like happened more than once, and we tried coming up with stuff, but they just like generally just do whatever you want. This kind of playstyle we're playing now. Have fun.
I like it. The meme rounds. We do it for the lols. Well, right on, man. It was a great win. It was really, really super fun to watch. You guys are a really fun team, and we look forward to seeing some more stuff coming from you in the later part of the season. Hopefully, get a cast that match of the you guys versus the Benny Boys in that redemption arc. Should be pretty fun.
I'll be ready for the next interview.
Let's go. Well, you heard it here, folks. That was Joey off Team Panda in a decisive 2-0 victory, taking on both Chalet and Clubhouse in a pretty dominant fashion, taking out Core Gaming. And that's going to do it here for the Whiskey Boys as we'll get ourselves ready and set up for the next games coming out of this beautiful Nebula EU League. We're going to be signing off here, folks. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching. Check us out on Twitter, on all the socials. You can find me at Glitter Whiskey. Yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
Find me at Satelica.
Ayo, baby.